Hi, my name's William Schaeffer with a book review. The Philosophy of Andy Warhol. This book was published in 1975 by Andy Warhol. And I like it for three reasons. First off, it starts out with selections from his diaries from the 60s and about the 60s, and it's very interesting to see how Andy Warhol thinks. And he is super intelligent, and you can tell his mind is like a computer. And it's very interesting, the first little stories and snippets in the book where he's talking about events and his philosophy in that. Very interesting read. The next thing I like about this is he describes one of his ideas. And that's when he would do the silk screening, he wouldn't pin register all the different templates or masks. So they were a little bit off. And I remember at the time you could tell. As a child I remember seeing those and you could tell. And his explanation was that they're more interesting. Each one is unique because they're all off by a little bit. And if they were perfectly lined up like they're supposed to be, it would be very boring and dead and still. And because they're a little bit off, it's a little bit edgy and alive, and it gives the piece more life. Well, when I read that description, it's true. And because it's a little annoying, the piece is more memorable. And I've used this idea in everything now. I even shoot videos now where I set the camera, the cell phone down, and I don't even frame it. That same kind of idea. I try to frame it, but I don't look at the frame because I'm setting it down. And all the Hotel 666 series was shot that way. Even hand holding the camera makes it more real than if I stabilize it using motion stabilization software. It looks fake in comparison. Playing music, if I don't like to make mistakes, but if I make one or two mistakes, it's really tempting to leave it in because it sounds more real even though it's wrong and inferior. This is part of Hendrix's charm, I believe. He makes really subtle little mistakes and he's kind of loose in his playing, but it gives it an aliveness like a runaway train. And on and on and on. That's a really powerful and inspirational tool. I shot photos just snapping them without even looking at them. Same kind of idea. So that idea by Andy Warhol is central to my entire idea of making and generating art. It's a central idea, not the central idea. And lastly, the final selection of this book is one part of his diary where he is intensely autistic or focused on something, and to me it's absolutely unreadable. I did not read it. I cannot read it. I'm incapable of reading it. And if you can read it, your brain is stronger than mine. Because Andy Warhol has the super brain. And just the transcription of him talking and describing things in minute, infinitesimal detail is just beyond me. I couldn't take it. So, see if you can handle the mind of Andy Warhol. I highly recommend the book, Philosophy of Andy Warhol. Thank you, and leave your comments below.